Hey guys, our topic today is transformed by truth, not transformed by trouble. I apologize for that. That was probably a typo or overstep in my part. But anyways, yeah. So it's transformed by truth, and our verse comes from John 8:31 through 32, and it says, "If you continue in my word, then are you my disciple? Oh, then yeah. If you continue in my word, then are you my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And a lot of times in our lives, this verse right here applies to our lives, because many times, I'll just make myself an example here. Sometimes I don't continue in His word. Sometimes I don't follow, or I don't read as much as I should. Sometimes I don't, dive into the Bible as much as I should. Some days I don't make time at all for God. Some days I completely forget Him, and I completely forget to read the Bible. Sometimes I have seasons of that, meaning months, weeks on end. My Bible just sits there, and that shows that, maybe I'm not being a good disciple. Because if I were a good disciple, if I were being Christ-like, if I really wanted to be transformed by truth, then I would learn what the truth is by reading the Word. And it goes to say, "Then you are my disciples indeed, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." See, God and Jesus tell us that the only way to know the truth, the only way to really know who He is, the only way to have a deeper experience other than just having someone pray for you, the only way to have a real relationship, to have something of substance, to have something that you can hold on to have something that you can hold in your heart that no one can ever take away, is to read His Word. And if you read His Word, if you know His Word, then you know the truth. And if anybody comes up to you and tries to lie to you, tries to persuade you, tries to make you think that you're wrong, then you can fall back onto your reading, onto the Word that you've already read, that you have in your heart, and you'll know the truth, and you'll be set free, and you'll never be misled, or you'll never be taken down the wrong road, and you'll never want to be with people who don't know the truth, but instead, maybe you want to help educate them in the truth. Not in a bad way, not telling them that they're wrong, but just saying, "That's interesting, but as far as what I've read, this is what God's telling me on that particular situation." And see, everything comes down to the Word and knowing the truth and being set free by the truth. If the truth is Jesus, and Jesus is, the everlasting God, or everlasting words from God, the Word of God, and if the Word of God is the Bible, and we don't read the Bible, then how can we abide in Jesus, and how can we abide in the truth? And then how can we abide in the light? And so basically it all comes around in a circle. If you love Jesus, then you'll do your part and read His Word. I'm not saying that, if you don't love Jesus. Don't get that wrong at all. I'm just saying, as a responsible Christian, it's kind of our job to know what we're trying to get across in our message. If someone came up to you and tried to convince you to be a Christian, and you're a non-Christian today, but they knew nothing about the Bible, why would you want to believe them? Why would you want to believe in something that they think they know, but they don't really know? And that's just something to think about, something to kind of chew on for yourselves. And then another question for us is, what has God already told us in His Word that we haven't started doing yet? That could be tithing, that could be forgiving others, that could be praying for people, that could be believing that God can do all things. It can be a wide number of things that the Word tells us that is the truth, that we haven't started doing in our lives yet, that we haven't started believing in our lives yet. So just kind of think about that, chew on that for a few days. I think today is share your testimony with someone, so I encourage you all with that. Hopefully that goes over really well. And I encourage you to share with a friend, a close friend, a really good friend who maybe hasn't seen that side of you yet, who hasn't discovered, or who knows that about you, but you haven't personally shared that with them. So that's my challenge for you guys today, and that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks guys, God bless.